Okay, so I'm doing something today that I frequently do in class. And there are times when I tell you that I'm teaching a certain way to help you in the future. And so today, you are not going to find a video of me explaining how to do all the things that are on your practice test. You are going to see a video of me showing you where you can find the information so that you can study. My hope is that you will walk away with a skill from this of knowing how to go back and study. But I know that this is something that we struggle with and that not all of our teachers have taught us how to do, or maybe even in trying to teach you how to do this, we help you too much. So right now I'm looking at your page for Google Classroom and I'm clicking on classwork. And right now there is office hours, there's a spring break post. That spring break post will be moved. There is book copies, but not all of you have that. Just people who have asked me for a copy. There's information about mindfulness and meditation and office hours and so on and so forth. And then there's this distance learning. And hopefully most of you have been clicking on classwork because I think that this organizes it nicer. When you go to look at this, there is going to be a thing that says practice test Tuesday for 14. Okay? And it'll be due on Friday. And then you'll have a Thursday assignment that is the test, and that's also due on Friday. It is really important that you are taking advantage of office hours if you need help on that math stuff. But also, there are several resources in here that you could go to. So, that test is all on this distance learning stuff. It's not on anything before distance learning. We did have a couple of days in class where I went over how to solve logs and so on and so forth. But starting from 5.2 is really what I'm testing on. And if you look at the instructions for this, there's a PDF that shows you what worksheet I worked off of. And my internet's really slow, so it's going to take a while to load this. Okay, so this is what the PDF looks like. Those are the notes that you want in your hand. Then there's day 1, where I have a video that walks you through those notes.
All right, you guys.
So if you're struggling, if you're looking at your notes and you have no clue what was going on, I reteach it right here. That lesson's already done. Okay. And some of you are like, Miss Dorker, wouldn't it have just been faster for you to review it on like Notability with us right now? And yeah, it probably would have been faster for me to just go through and review each type of problem. But that's not helping you with this study skill. And it's really, really important to me that you, as juniors or seniors who are all theoretically going off to college, because you really shouldn't be taking this class if you're not planning on going to college, I think that you need to know how to do this. So that would be the first thing that you could go back and look at. Then the next thing you could go back and look at is right here. And there's 2 more videos for you to go and work off of and see what I do with it. Then there's a video on Delta Math vocabulary practice. Okay, so that's that last piece that's going to be on your test. And now in those 1, 2, 3 assignments, we've covered everything. On Tuesday, I post a video about COVID-19. This is not useful for you on your test, okay? This was me doing a check-in with you, seeing how things are going, and giving you a little piece of application to those logs. Okay? Then there's this quiz from Friday. Okay? Again, I walk you through another 20 minutes of examples. And most of you did that quiz. If you haven't done that quiz, you can earn credit back on it. You just have to tell me, hey, Miss Dorker, I did it. Whether you do that in an email or by turning this in, doesn't matter. But Delta Math doesn't inform me, so you have to tell me in some way, shape, or form. So that's where you can go and get all of your information. I also want to point out that there is a feature that some of you are great at and
I know
use.
we were struggling with our...
And then some of you have no idea that this even exists. But if I full screen this, I can play this at a slower rate or a faster rate. So this 18-minute video now becomes a 10-minute video.
So I figured out how I could draw on the Delta Math pictures. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-upload a Delta Math assignment. It's going to be the same type of assignment as last week. It'll be 10.
And I'm talking really fast right there. But for most of you, you don't need all of this information. You just need a little piece. So you can just scroll through and scroll through and scroll through until I get to that piece you need. Okay? So, I'm hoping that today you are able to go to Delta Math and have no problem going through these. I know that we had spring break and that the odds of you being able to log in and just automatically be able to do this, evaluate a logarithm, and know, oh, 4 is my base, I don't know my exponent, and I need it to equal 64. I know that a lot of you can't do that without a piece of paper, 1. And I know that 2, you probably forgot how to do that. And I want you to also have the skill to go back and look. Okay? So that's my assignment for today, is for you to go back and study using those things. You have 3 questions of each type. So you have 3 questions about solve for my exponent, solve for this, so that requires you to multiply, 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 and you can use that, or you can do that nice and simply in a calculator on your computer or your phone or whatever device you're using. And then you have 3 questions on the features of exponential and logarithmic functions. So that's where you go and answer this set of questions. Okay. If you watched this video, you will know that in order to receive credit, you need to turn in this assignment with a document that says, please make this my test score. Let me repeat that. If you watched this video, then you'll know to press turn in on this assignment on Google Classroom and have a document that says, please make this my test score. if you watch this video, if you go through and you study properly, and you go and you answer these questions and you do this the right way, thank you to my 45 people who are watching out of my 150 students, then you benefit. You could also be a nice person and tell others in class. But then you've been doing all of the work and they're benefiting from you doing the work. Okay? So, if I get a document from you that says that, before I assign Thursday's assignment, Thursday's test, then I will take this as your test score. If I do not, then I will expect you to fill out the test score as well.